today, the new 2019 Subaru Impreza, courtesy of Faulkner Subaru in Mechanicsburg, PA. And so today I will be reviewing a compact car with the best all-wheel drive system in existence right now. So as always, you guys, let's start with pricing. And so there will be several different trim levels available for the 2019 Impreza. The first one being the 2.0i sedan. That one starts at $18,595. Then the premium sedan for $21,595. Sport sedan for $22,195. And lastly, the limited sedan, which is the one we have today, that one is going to start at $25,190. And I will say there is a hatchback version for this car as well. So if you were interested in that hatchback variant, simply add $500 to any of those prices. But regardless of trim level, the power plant on the 2019 Impreza will be the same. Powering this one is going to be a 2-liter naturally aspirated 4-cylinder boxer engine, putting out 152 horsepower at 6,000 RPM and 145 pound-feet of torque available at 4,000 RPM. Power, as I previously mentioned, is going to be sent to Subaru's symmetrical all-wheel drive system, which according to Consumer Reports is the best all-wheel drive system out there right now. And that power is sent to the ground through a 5-speed manual transmission for the base and the sport trim levels that will come standard, or the Lineartronic CVT for the premium and limited trim levels, and that is optional on the sport, and that is the one we have today. And by the way, that one will come with paddle shifters as well, so of course we will be testing those out in a little bit. But so Mpgs on this one are going to come in at approximately 22 in the city, 32 on the highway for the manual, and 27 city, 38 on the highway for the CVT. And by the way, this one does take regular unleaded fuel. And so as I had previously mentioned, let's do that quick little paddle shifter test here. I'm going to actually put the shifter all the way to the back and to the left, and that is going to give me full control over the shifting. And I'm going to test out these paddle shifters. Let's see how quickly they react for us here. Alright, paddle shifters actually are quite quick. They have instantaneous reaction times. I will say though, the acceleration did leave a little bit to be desired, especially after coming off the Subaru WRX video recently, but paddle shifters are quite quick, I will say that much. And then to go along with that acceleration, braking is equally important. And so the 2019 Impreza will come standard with 4-wheel disc brakes for all trim levels, and I emphasize that because still not every manufacturer is doing that. But up front you will get 10.9-inch ventilated front discs, in the back 10.8-inch rear discs. And when it comes to the braking feel, yeah, definitely brings you to a quick stop, so absolutely no issues there. But so then touching on the handling and suspension a little bit, this one will come with a 4-wheel independent suspension with McPherson struts up front, a double wishbone rear suspension. And when it comes to the steering feel, I actually quite like it. It is a little bit better than my Honda Civic that I currently drive, so we'll give it that. Not too loose of a steering feel either, and that's really what bothers me when it comes to that. So this one is quite nice for the Impreza. And ride quality actually is quite nice too. But so to go along with that, I will give the disclaimer for the sport trim level that will come with larger wheels, so you are going to feel a little bit more of the road with that one. But on my limited today, the ride quality definitely is quite nice. And when it comes to visibility, this is a sedan, so honestly I can see perfectly fine out the back. Again, no issues there. But enough with the driving dynamics, you guys. Let's check out the exterior of this new 2019 Subaru Impreza. And so let me first start by mentioning the 2019 Impreza is more or less unchanged for the 2019 model year. Also, if you were curious in the color that you were looking at right now, it is actually called Island Blue. And I gotta say, I am actually digging it. But up front, when it comes to that ground clearance, it is going to come in at 5.1 inches for all trim levels. To the sides, there are multi-reflector halogen headlights for all trim levels, but the limited, because that limited trim level that we have today is actually going to give you LED steering responsive headlights, meaning when you're going around the bend at night, it's going to adjust the headlight angle based on your steering angle. So that's going to better illuminate what's around the bend so you don't go hitting any deer or anything like that in Pennsylvania like we have. And just below it all with that LED setup, you will also get fog lights for the limited trim there too. And then make your way to the side of this one. Black side mirrors will come standard with that base model. Body colored side mirrors you will get with the premium trim level and up, and they will be heated as well. And with the sport or limited trim levels, they will come with integrated turn signals. And then zooming out a little bit, that limited trim level is going to give you chrome door handles, and that is what you are looking at. Once again, you will get raised roof rails if you go with the premium or limited hatchback trim levels, and side skirts are going to come with the sport trim level as expected. And when it comes to the wheel setup, you will get 16 by 6.5 inch steel wheels with the 2.0i, 16 by 6.5 inch aluminum alloys for the premium, 18 by 7.5 inch aluminum alloys for the Sport, and 17 by 7 inches for the limited trim level that you're looking at right now. But then make your way to the back. A rear spoiler will come standard for the premium hatchback, the Sport, and the limited hatchback. And of course, with this hatchback trims, you will get a rear window wiper back there as well. And just below it all, a single exhaust outlet, so you guys know what's coming next. As always, here is that exhaust clit. Now, since we are around back, to open that rear trunk, you can actually lift up underneath the back there, or there is a button on the key fob as well, so I'm just going to simply press that for you guys. But once opened up, cargo capacity is going to come in at 12.3 cubic feet for the sedan. That's what you're looking at now. Hatchback is going to give you a little bit more, coming in at 20.8 cubic feet. Either way, there is a 60-40 split for the sedan and the hatch. That's going to allow those rear seats to fold down for a ton of added space if you needed it there. Then make your way to the rear legroom. That's going to come in at 36.5 inches. So for reference, I am an even 6 feet tall. This is how much space I have back there. And I did want to also mention for those rear passengers in the limited trim that we have today, they will get a rear center armrest with cup holders back there as well. But then make your way to the front seats. They are manually adjustable for all trims but the limited, because of course the limited is going to give you power adjustable seats. And you will find red contrast stitching with the Sport trim level, and you will get leather seating if you go with the limited. And heated seats are going to come with the premium trim level and up. But then looking forward, tilt and telescoping steering wheel will come standard, and you will get a leather wrap steering wheel on the Sport and limited trim levels. And then when it comes to the startup, let me first start by showing you guys the key here. You do have your lock, unlock, and by the way, that unlock button is actually the Subaru logo in the middle there, and then that button to pop the rear hatches I previously showed you guys. But I did want to also mention, if you wanted a push button start, that one will come standard with the Sport and the limited trim level. So I am simply going to put my foot on the brake here and press that engine start button, which is located just above the driver's right knee. And so once started up, tachometer is going to be on your left, speedometers on your right. There is a digital display front and center, giving you things like your average miles per gallon at any given time. There's also a digital speedometer, which I have displayed up there. Also, it's going to tell you what gear you're in. Of course, you have your trip information and your fuel information as well. And just a neat little fact, in case you guys didn't know it, there's actually a little arrow just by the fuel meter on every single car out there, and that is going to tell you what side the gas tank is on. If you were curious, this one is on the passenger side because that is what the arrow is pointing to. With that, touching on overall interior quality a little bit, there is a power moonroof available for the premium, Sport, and limited trim levels. I do happen to have that one today, so that is an added option there. Aluminum alloy pedal covers are going to come with the Sport trim level, and quite honestly, I am quite impressed with the Impreza interior quality on this one, because right around the door handles on the inside here, there is a carbon fiber look, definitely very nice there. There is also soft touch materials just above the glove box there, and I do have a leather armrest in the center here, along with a leather shift boot there as well, and HomeLink controls, believe it or not, for up to 3 different garage doors. You usually don't find that on compact cars, so that's pretty sweet as well. But now let's make our way to the tech display on this one, because I did first want to mention there are 2 tech displays on the Impreza, just like the WRX I recently reviewed. There is the top tech display, and you can adjust what's on that display by using the info button on the left side of the steering wheel mounted controls there. But it's going to give you things like actually your weather updates, your average miles per gallon, of course, your trip A and trip B, also the date and the day of the week, as well as some safety features up there, time of the day, outside temperature, a couple other things. So that is pretty nice. But the main tech display is just below, and with the base and premium trim levels, you're going to get a Starlink 6.5-inch color touchscreen display, which is going to give you a good bit. But if you go with the Sport or limited trim levels like we have today, you're going to get a Starlink 8-inch color touchscreen display. Either way, though, you're going to get Bluetooth and audio streaming, as well as Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. Every single trim level is going to get that, you guys. That's awesome. Also, a factory navigation system is going to be available for the limited trim level, and you can check out your radio settings up there as expected. And by the way, when it comes to the sound system on this one, 4 speakers are going to come with the 2.0i. If you go with the premium trim level and up, you're going to get 6 speakers, and there is an optional sound system available for the Sport and limited trim levels, and that's going to be an 8-speaker Harman Kardon sound system with 432 watts. But that is not the one we have today. We have the 6 speakers. So let's go ahead and turn on the radio, see what we got playing this morning. Well, let's test out the clarity of this one. That was pretty sweet for a 6-speaker sound system. definitely more bass than I expected, a ton more bass than my fully loaded Civic, so that is pretty impressive, I gotta say. But the last thing on the tech display I wanted to mention is when you do put this one in reverse, you will find a rear view camera for every single trim level, letting you know who or what is behind you, which is always going to lead me into safety. And so to start, there are front, side, and side curtain airbags, also a driver's knee airbag up front as well. In the back, latch, aka lower anchors and tethers for children for the rear car seats. Also back there, rear child door locks. A tire pressure monitoring system will also come standard. And I will say Subaru Eyesight will come standard on the limited trim level that we have today, and it will be optional on every single other trim level, even the base trim, you guys. But that is going to give you adaptive cruise control, pre-collision braking, lane departure warning, and lane keep assist. And one more thing, there is blind spot detection with rear cross traffic alert, which is going to be another optional feature if you go with the premium trim level and up. And so, but anyways, you guys, that is about it for this one. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like the video and subscribe. Feel free to follow me on social media at the bottom of the screen there, and I will see you guys in the next review. Stay gold.